everyone. In this video I present a game that I played between an opponent named 1010 Milo on Lee Chess. He's rated 1925. At the time I played this game, my rating is 1905. It is a blitz game, 3-minute, no increment, and it is not perfect. There are some flaws in the game, which I leave for you to find. But the reason why I present this game is because I would like for you to pay attention to a key element, which involves black leaving the dark colored squares on the king side weak, and what can happen as a repercussion of that. So let's look at this game and how it begins. There's e4, and we have c5, knight to f3. Black plays knight to f6. I play bishop to b5. And I am trying to get into a Rossolimo Sicilian where the knight is captured on c6 by the bishop, and he plays bishop to g6. I play bishop takes c6, and he captures b takes c6. And this is kind of the position I was looking for. These pawns here on c6 and c5 theoretically give the white bishop, the white squared bishop, excuse me, on the black side some problems, because these pawns, this pawn in particular on c5 blockades this c6 pawn, and it doesn't give the bishop access to this diagonal, so that limits the mobility of a minor piece for black. And though this doesn't guarantee any kind of win, it's a position that I like to play. And after b takes c6, white plays b3, black plays bishop to g7, and I play knight to c3 followed by d6 from black. And we just put the bishop on b2 to counter this other bishop here on a long diagonal, and the black has knight to f6. We play d3, solidifying our e4 pawn, and black castles, and we play h3, limiting the scope of this bishop somewhat so it can't come to g4. And then black plays a5, we castle, and we have white playing bishop to d7, and both sides are on a road to complete their development, only having the queen left on the back rank. We have a4, e6, knight to h2, and black decides to break in the center with d5. I don't choose to incline to capture, so I just play e5. I'm not inclined to take this pawn and then allow him to capture and bring his bishop to a potentially active diagonal where the bishop is mobilized. And after e5, we have knight to h5, f4, and then black plays f6, desperately trying to break free and get some freedom for these bishops. This one being blocked by its own pawns, this one not having much scope. So this is understandable. And in response to f6, I play knight to e2, and the e5 pawn is captured. Recaptures e5, and then we have queen to c7, putting two pieces, the queen and the bishop, to attack this pawn on e5. And there's really not, I mean, there is a way that this could be defended by bringing a knight to g4. However, knight to g4, and it's not really a real defense because d4 now blocks this bishop. What is wrong with my arrows? Blocks this bishop's defense of the the e5 pawn. So these two pieces outnumber as attackers any defense that white could put up, and that pawn is gone. So queen goes to d2, bishop takes e5, knight to h6, check. The king comes to g7, knight comes back to g4, trying to just probe the dark squares on black's king side, you know. And well, excuse me, after queen to h6, king goes to g8. Queen comes back to g5, knight g3, and we have h6 check. King goes to g7. Well, after rook takes f8, rook takes, and then we play knight takes g3, black responds with bishop takes g3. Here's the part where black leaves his dark squares undefended in a way that leads to major catastrophe. After knight to g4 and e5, this bishop is pretty much needed to come back to d6 and defend the e7 square. And because that does not occur, white plays knight to e7 check. I play this move, and the king goes to g8. I come to h6, and this game is over because after king to h8, we have queen takes f8 check. And we have the point of me bringing you this game. Do not leave your dark squares unattended with no defenders. If there was a bishop here, none of this would be accessible in such a way. So with that, I hope that you find something in this video that you can take with you, explore and learn. And if you look at the flaws and you find them, I hope that actually helps you to improve your game as well. With that, I'm going to say peace. May your chess be the best. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. We really appreciate it. And peace again. Bye, guys.